up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here of Marty Music. Thanks for hanging out for another lesson. We're going to break down Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry. Classic riffs, boogie blues, the whole thing. You know, one of the beginning points of rock and roll. I hope you enjoy it. Also, let me know what lessons you'd like to learn next. Leave it in the comments below. I really appreciate it. And I also appreciate you liking and sharing these videos here at my channel, Marty Music. So thanks again, and let's dig into it. Here we go. All right, so we're going to learn this in little groups. And the first thing that we want to learn is this. And the way I'm doing it is I'm thinking of it as B flat, basically a B flat blues. So the root is right here on the 6th fret. That's the 6th fret. But it breaks out of the blues scale quite a few times into what would be called B flat mixolydian, like this kind of thing. Or that kind of stuff. There's little bits of that. So let's start with thinking of it as the B flat blues, and we kind of have the box, but then we're going to use some other elements besides just the minor pentatonic. So middle finger is going to slide from 6 to 7 on the G, first thing, and then 6 to 8 on the B. So here it is again, 7, 6, 8. Then we're going to lay on the 6th fret of the B and the high E, and this is going to be a theme or a motif that happens throughout the song. But what's going to happen is we're going to be sliding into it. And when you do that, you don't hear it, you don't hear the slide back, you only hear the slide up. So it sounds like this. You're going to do then pinky's going to go to the 9th fret of the B, then 8th fret B, then 6th fret B, After you hit the 6 on the B, you're going to roll your index finger over to the 6 of the G. And we're going to hammer up to the 7th on the G with our middle finger. And then ring finger on the root, which is going to be the 8th fret of the D. From the top. Da 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 ba ba da 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 ba ba da 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 da. So that's the first phrase. Then what I like to do is just go to the full B flat major bar chord, and we're going to chug down chugs on the top or the low 3 strings. So we go da 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 da. Then we're going to use a little bit of, I think of it as the B flat major pentatonic. But it starts with the extension up, which also is the same thing as, but we're going to use different fingers because we're going to slide down. So we're going to slide in, and don't worry, I'll go back, but we're going to slide in our little fingers in a little shape like this, which would be, so our middle finger's on the 5, ring finger's on the 6 of the G, and we pick and slide into it. And we're going to do 2 picks. Then we're going to add our pinky to the 8th fret of the B. And then take it off and keep that shape. So let's see how that fits in from the chord. And then after you do that, ring finger is going to be right here on the 7th fret, and you're going to pick and slide down to the 5th. Pull off to the 3rd of the G, and then we land on the G note right here, which is the 5th fret of the D. And then that's when we go into the classic Chuck Berry thing there. So you want to get that palm muting down too with your right hand on that chord. So from the top, now that same thing really slow. So we're going to do that quite a few times, and you're still the same concept of covering the root and the 5th is what that would be called, but it's the 6th fret, the high E and the B. Mostly we're going to be hitting the B, but you can hear a little bit of that high E in there, but we're targeting that 6th fret of the B, and then ring finger and middle finger are glued together, and they're bending the 8th fret of the G string up, and then you hear it mute off, and then you hit that note on the B. One. So this part. Boat, 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 right? So from the top of that, or actually let's do from the chuggy chord. And then another section. So from the top. All right, so this final move, we start with that G string bend. Index is still planted here on the 6th fret of the B and the high E. So we do that. Then we go to the high E on the 6. Then 9 on the B, 8 on the B, 6 on the B. So what happens is, does this. So once it goes 9, 8, 7, then we double back over and we get our ring finger all the way up here to the 8th fret of the high E. So it looks like this. And it just goes down the same thing again. So what's going on there is you've got the 8, 6, 9, 8, 6, 8, and then the 6 hammered up to the 7. Last note optional, but that's where that 5 turnaround is. So it goes. And so what's happening is you're raking the pick across the strings. And you almost don't hear the D and G, but what you could, you're kind of forming this little F shape here, which would be beat based on the B flat. So I'm relaxing that. I'm not. If you relax your chording hand there, you'll feel that mute sound. So when I'm kind of muting it, and then when I get to the, I kind of press down when I get to that. So check it out. So we do the rake across and hit that high E of this, the 6th fret high E. Then we go down that same thing again, 9, 8, 6. Then we're going to do a little bit of the classic Chuck Berry with the G and the B. We do that twice, so. Two of those, then back, and that's the 8th fret, and that's the 6th fret. So after you do 2 of those bends, you bring it back to the natural 8th fret there. And then that same hammer on 6 to 7. And then to really hear that turnaround, I think the rhythm guitar is doing it, but you can go. So then that way you can hear where it starts over again. We down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans, back up in the woods among the evergreen. There's a log cabin made of earth and wood. Live a country boy named Johnny B. Good. Never ever learned to read or write so well. Can play the guitar just like the string and a bell. So forth and so on. So let me do it full speed here. And now let's do one more time really slow, and I'll show you the little boogie that goes along with it. Here we go. And just remember, listen to the song a lot, go back over this a lot. It's not meant to be learned in 10 minutes or so. So. Then you have a nice blues, and there's some variations to this. So many different people have done the song. But if we're in B-flat blues, we got a B-flat power chord, which would be 6 and 8 on the A string. Then you have the 4 chord, which is the exact same thing over, 6 and 8, but on the A and D. And then you have the 5 chord, which is a whole step up, which would be 8 and 10 on the A and D string. So you'd have this kind of thing. Da 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 da, and we're going to be bouncing back and forth with our pinky up here on the 10th fret, on the same string as our ring finger. Next door. And you can try and use this and hear this in other songs. It's a lot of the early Beach Boys kind of use this, and a lot of the early Beatles, they were playing Chuck Berry covers. So really listen to it. And as far as the other soloing and all that, you're going to get a lot of this. And so what's going on there, it's just based on the same thing, but we're thinking of it really as just the minor pentatonic. So you have the root and the fifth again, which would be 6th fret, high E and B, and you've got this kind of thing. So I'm going da, 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 and then G down the pentatonic, so. All right, there was the lesson. Thanks again for your continued support of my thing here, Marty Music. Also, love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you'd like to learn. Really appreciate the continued support. Can't wait to see you guys again. So hang tight, and we'll rock again. See you later.